Hello students, I welcome you all to today's session. I hope all of you are doing perfect at your places. Today's topic is respiration in organisms. Learning objectives: define respiration, differentiate between internal and external respiration, understand the aerobic and anaerobic respiration and able to differentiate between them, learn about the presence of fermentation, understand about respiration in plants, understand respiratory system in humans, know about the mechanism of breathing and understand the different respiratory organs of different animals. So living organisms require energy for carrying out every function, and these functions are movement, reproduction, eating food, sleeping, etc. For growth and development also energy is needed. Respiration is the fundamental process of release of energy in our body, and respiration is the process of making energy available to organisms and living cells by taking oxygen and removing the gaseous waste products, carbon dioxide and water on combining with food. During the process, the sugars are present in the food combine with oxygen and break down into simpler substances in the cells, and the reaction of combining sugars with oxygen called oxidation releases energy. So this is the entire process of respiration, जिसकी वजह से आपकी बॉडी में एनर्जी रिलीज होती है और आप डे टू डे फंक्शंस अपने कर पाते हैं. Now, process of respiration. Respiration in living beings consists of two main processes. Number one is external respiration or breathing. External respiration is the gaseous exchange between the respiratory surface and the surrounding atmosphere. External respiration is also called breathing. Breathing is a process by which the organism takes in oxygen from the surrounding environment and gives out carbon dioxide. This oxygen is carried by the blood to each cell of the body, where the second part of respiration takes place. Rate of breathing is 12 to 14 times per minute in adults and 18 to 22 times per minute in children. So first is your external respiration, जिसको breathing भी बोला जाता है, जिसमें आप inhale और exhale करते हो. You inhale oxygen and you exhale carbon dioxide. Then we have external respiration. It is the uptake of oxygen by tissue cells, oxidation of sugar, liberation of energy and elimination of carbon dioxide and water. The process of respiration is summarized as O2 present in the environment. By breathing you intake it, O2 present in the environment, then blood circulation, O2 reaches each cell, then food, oxidized food, sugar in the food plus energy. So this is the entire process of respiration, जिसमें आपका internal और external दोनों parts आते हैं. Now, types of respiration. There are two types of internal respiration. Number one is aerobic respiration. Majority of organisms use oxygen for respiration, and this oxygen combines with food or glucose, and glucose is completely broken down into carbon dioxide and water and liberates energy. For example, in this type of respiration, glucose is oxidized to carbon dioxide and water, C6H12O6, which is sugar, plus O6O6O2 plus 6H2O plus energy. So ये पूरा आपका पहला प्रोसेस जो इंटरनल रेस्पिरेशन का होता है, which is first part is aerobic, जिसमें आपका ऑक्सीजन का रिक्वायरमेंट होता है to oxidize your food. Then you have the anaerobic respiration. It is the process of respiration which does not use oxygen in the breakdown of respiratory substance, which is glucose, and respiration that takes place in the absence of air is called the anaerobic respiration or fermentation. During anaerobic respiration, glucose is converted into ethyl alcohol and carbon dioxide, C6H12O6, which is sugar, CO2 plus alcohol plus energy. अब anaerobic respiration में क्या होता है, ऑक्सीजन के एब्सेंस में आपका काम होना शुरू हो जाता है, रेस्पिरेशन टेक प्लेस करता है, जिसको हम फर्मेंटेशन भी बोलते हैं. Then yeast and bacteria respire anaerobically. Yeast is a fungus. Yeast respires anaerobically and release energy, and its respiration in the absence of oxygen is used in various industries. So yeast और bacteria जिसको anaerobically respire करवाया जाता है, it is also used in multiple industries. Then brewing and wine making. Alcohol production by yeast is used in making beer and barley grains. Similarly, yeasts are also involved in a formation of wine from grapes, and this process is called fermentation. Similarly, आपका जो alcohol वगैरह बनता है उसमें भी brewing जिसको कहते हैं, beer वगैरह बनाई जाती है, वो भी आपकी fermentation के process से ही बनाई जाती है. Then bread making industry. Yeasts release carbon dioxide during respiration. This carbon dioxide is used for making bread. Again, bread making industries में भी इसी का use करा जाता है. Yeast जो anaerobically बनता है और उसी से फिर बाद में bread बनाया जाता है. Humans' muscles respire anaerobically. Respiration is carried out in the muscles. In the less availability of oxygen, such as extensive exercise, etc., our muscles carry out anaerobic respiration. They respire very fast because they do not get sufficient oxygen, and however, they produce lactic acid and not alcohol. It is later oxidized aerobically in muscles and liver. तो human muscles भी to some extent जब बहुत ज़्यादा rigorous exercise हो जाती है, तो anaerobic respiration कुछ time के लिए वो भी कर सकते हैं. Then yeast and bacteria respire anaerobically. Yeast respires anaerobically and release energy, and its respiration in the absence of oxygen is used in various industries. So Then activity, breathing is necessary for survival of living organism. Procedure, close your nostrils and mouth together tightly by pressing with your hands for few seconds. Observation, you will be suffocated and you are not able to keep them for very long. तो अपने nostrils को आप ऐसे करके अगर बंद रखोगे तो बहुत ज़्यादा देर तक आप ये नहीं कर पाओगे. Why? Because आपकी muscles को respire करने के लिए oxygen की requirement होती है. Then to show that exhaled air has some carbon dioxide, materials required, test tube, delivery tube, lime and water. Procedure, take about 5 ml of lime water in a test tube, blow the exhaled air into it. तो आपको जैसे ही आप कोई lime water लोगे उसमें आप air को अगर blow करोगे क्योंकि आपकी air में CO2 होता है तो आपका जो lime water है it will turn milky. Now, difference between anaerobic and aerobic respiration. Aerobic respiration utilizes oxygen. Its ends products are carbon dioxide and water. In this process, considerable energy is released, and for example, plants, animals, including humans. And then anaerobic respiration, it takes place in absence of oxygen. Its end products may be alcohol or lactic acid. In this, much less energy is released, and for example, yeasts, bacteria. So these are the differences between aerobic and anaerobic. Basic difference है aerobic में oxygen का use होता है, anaerobic में oxygen का use नहीं होता है. Now activity, to show aerobic respiration by living organisms. Materials required, soda lime granules, sterilizing solution, test tube, stopper with 1 hole, glass tube, beaker, colored water and a living organism. Procedure, clean the test tube with a sterilizing solution to kill any microorganisms on the inner side of the tube. Now partly fill the test tube with soda lime. It will remove CO2 from the air. Place a beetle in the test tube with a perforated partition between it and soda lime. Seal the test tube with 1 hole stopper. Insert one end of a right angle test tube into the stopper and other end in a beaker of colored water. Keep the temperature at room temperature, that is at around 25 degrees Celsius. To compare, create the same set but do not place any animal in the test tube. The control will show no change in the level of water in the glass tube, but in experiment tube, water rises up the tube towards the test tube having animals. The air remaining in the test tube does not support combustion, and this means that the air has lost oxygen, thus the animal has respired aerobically. So this पूरा जो आपका activity है, when you will perform it under the supervision of your teachers, you will get to know what is the basic difference between an aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Now to demonstrate anaerobic respiration, materials required, glucose, yeast, oil, water, 2 glass tubes, test tubes and lime water. Procedure, take test tubes A and B half filled with water, boil the water in the test tubes for 15 minutes and then let it cool. Dissolve some amount of glucose in the test tubes, add yeasts in the test tube A, do not add yeast in the test tube B. Spread a layer of oil on the top of water in the test tubes to prevent entry of air in the water. Now take 2 other test tubes partially filled with lime water and pair one with each. Tube A and B. Close all the tubes with 1 holed cork. Insert a thin U-shaped glass tube, this hole in such a way that other end of the tube is dipped in the lime water of second test tube. Leave both the setups A and B in a warm place for 30 minutes. Observation, the setup A, lime water turns milky. In the setup B, no change occurs in the color of the lime water. In the setup A, yeast produce carbon dioxide which poses or passes into the lime water and turns it milky. In the setup B, there is no yeast, thus no carbon dioxide is produced and thus there is no change in the color of lime, and this concludes that exhaled air contains carbon dioxide. Again, इन सारे apparatus के साथ जब आप इस activity को perform करोगे तो जहाँ पे आपका जो test tube में CO2 release होगा वहाँ पे आपका lime water milky convert हो जाएगा, जहाँ पे CO2 release नहीं होगा वहाँ पर आपका lime water भी milky convert नहीं होगा. Now, there's a difference between breathing and respiration. Breathing is a physical process. Exchange of gases takes place. Chemical reactions not involved. It occurs outside the cells. Enzymes are not involved in the process and energy is not released in this process. On the other hand, respiration is a chemical process. A series of chemical reactions involved. It occurs inside the cells. Enzymes are involved in the process and energy is released during this process. So, this is the basic difference. बिल्कुल basic level पे अगर आएंगे तो breathing और respiration में क्या difference है? Breathing is a completely physical process, no chemical changes takes place, and respiration on the other hand is a chemical process. Now think yourself, define respiration. What are the types of respiration? Breathing is necessary for living organisms. Justify all these questions. Please answer yourselves. Now respiration in plants. Respiration in plants also involves release or exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide. However, respiration in plants differ from animals in the following 3 aspects. Number 1, All parts of a plant like the root, stem and leaf perform respiration individually. There is a little transport of gases from one part to another like in animals, and plant respiration rate is slower than animal respiration. तो plants और animals दोनों ही respire करते हैं. कुछ basic differences हैं. For instance, plants का जो respiration होता है it is much slower as compared to the human beings or animals. Then respiration in roots. Roots take up oxygen present in between the soil particles by the process of diffusion. Root hairs on root help in the plant and the oxygen intake. Oxygen diffuses into the root hair and passes into the other cells of the root. Carbon dioxide from the root cells also move out into the soil through root hairs. So by root इस तरीके से respire किया जाता है. By root diffusion, the oxygen is diffused in all the parts of the plants. Then respiration in stems. Woody plants have special tiny openings called lenticles on stems. Lenticles help in gaseous exchange between the soil and inner living cells. तो stems में भी lenticles होते हैं और उस soil और inner living cells के बीच में plants में lenticles के through ही stem में respiration देखा जाता है. Then respiration in leaves. Leaves surface has tiny aperture or holes called stomata. Stomata help in diffusion of oxygen through it into the cells of leaves during respiration. तो बिल्कुल सिमिलर मैनर में ही लीव्स में भी रेस्पायर होता है. तो प्लांट्स के हर एक पार्ट में इंडिविजुअली रेस्पिरेशन होता है. दैट इज व्हाई इट इज मच स्लोअर एज कंपेयर टू अदर ह्यूमंस एंड एनिमल्स. Now there's an activity to demonstrate that germinating seeds produce heat during respiration. Materials required: bean seeds, test tubes, burner, water, thermometer and cotton. Procedure: take some bean seeds and put them in water for one night. Take some of these germinating seeds and boil them to stop their germination. Keep the germinating seeds in a flask marked A and boiled ones in another flask marked B. Insert a thermometer in each flask and close the flasks with moist cotton. Measure the temperature with thermometers. Observation: the temperature in flask A increases whereas flask B does not show any change in the temperature. Hence concluded that germination seeds प्रोड्यूस कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड ड्यूरिंग रेस्पिरेशन. तो एक टेस्ट ट्यूब में जर्मिनेटिंग सीड्स है, दूसरे में कोई जर्मिनेटिंग सीड्स नहीं है. टेम्परेचर को थोड़ी देर के बाद मार्क करेंगे. तो जर्मिनेटिंग सीड्स में क्योंकि आपका रेस्पिरेशन होगा तो आपकी एनर्जी रिलीज होगी, तो उसका टेम्परेचर थोड़ा सा हाई रहेगा. Another activity to demonstrate that carbon dioxide is released during respiration. Materials required: test tubes, germinating seeds, lime water, glass tubes, etc. Procedure: take 2 test tubes and label them as A and B. In test tube A, take water and germinating seeds. In test tube B, take some water. Now close the tubes with a hole cork through which delivery tube is inserted. The free ends of tubes are kept immersed in the two beakers and individually containing the lime water. Observation: the test tube having germinating seeds connected to the beaker of lime water turns milky, and the conclusion is germinating seeds produce carbon dioxide during respiration. तो बिल्कुल germination के टाइम पे एनर्जी भी रिलीज होती है और CO2 भी रिलीज होता है. दैट इज वाई germinating seed को आप लाइम वाटर के अंदर रखोगे तो थोड़ी देर के बाद CO2 रिलीज की वजह से वो लाइम वाटर भी मिल्की वाटर में कन्वर्ट हो जाता है. Now when carbon dioxide concentration increases in the cells, stomata opens to release it into the atmosphere. Stomata have 2 special kidney-shaped cells called guard cells around stoma. These guard cells also carry out photosynthesis due to the presence of chloroplasts, and the opening and closing of stomata is brought about by guard cells. तो आपका ये जो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड होता है ये इस पूरे प्रोसेस में आपका सेल्स वगैरह में रिलीज हो जाता है, एंड बाय दिस प्रोसेस द एंटायर रेस्पिरेशन टेक्स प्लेस इन द प्लांट्स. Now we have respiration in humans. The respiratory system of human consists of the following parts. Number 1 is external nostrils, which is this. They are a pair of slit-like openings present on the lower end of the nose. Then you have the nasal cavity. The cavity present in the nasal passage is called the nasal cavity. It is separated from the oral cavity by a bony palate so that breathing continues while eating. फिर आपका nasal cavity आता है एक bone like structure aperture के साथ ये आपका divide होता है ताकि खाना खाते हुए भी आप सांस ढंग से ले पाएं. Then you have the trachea. It is also called the windpipe. Nasal cavities end in the internal nostrils through which air enters into pharynx. The pharynx leads into trachea through an opening called the glottis. और फिर आपका आता है windpipe जिसे trachea भी बोलते हैं. यहाँ से आप सांस लेते हो वो trachea से होते हुए अंदर की तरफ जाता है. And then finally it reaches the lungs. Lungs are the organs for respiration. Oxygen is taken into the body through nostrils. Trachea divides into right and left bronchi. Bronchus almost directly enters the lungs. Lungs are sac-like structures covered by a membrane called the pleura. In lungs, each bronchus branches out into smaller tubes called the bronchioles. The bronchioles end up in the air sacs called the alveoli. Alveoli are richly surrounded with blood vessels, and these sacs give the appearance like bunch of grapes. Lungs are present inside our chest, called the thorax, and they are spongy structures in pink due to the presence of many tiny capillaries. The lungs are protected by the rib cage, and the ribs also support the lungs and help to pump air in and out during breathing. Below the lungs, there is a dome-shaped muscle called the diaphragm, and respiration can be represented as glucose plus oxygen will give out CO2 plus water plus energy. Finally, फिर आपकी जो air होता है oxygen rich है, वो आपका ट्रेकिया से होते हुए आपकी बॉडी के अंदर जाता है, and finally आपकी बॉडी में खाना ऑक्सीडाइज होना शुरू होता है, and then in that form energy release हो जाती है. Now think yourself, and these questions are based on the understanding of your chapter till now, and you have to answer them on your own. Now there's a Factopedia. The total area of gas exchange provided by our 300 million alveoli into lungs in 400 to 800 square feet. In the cycle of inhalation and exhalation, repeated 15 to 18 times in a minute, about 500 ml of air is breathed in and out. In 24 hours, we breathe in 15,000 liters of air. Our nasal cavity has hair. They trap foreign particles like dust, germs, pollen grains, etc., and they facilitate breathing of clean air. It secretes mucus, which makes the air moist. It has blood circulation, so it brings the inhaled air at the room temperatures. And sneezing is the body's way of removing an irritant from mucous membranes of the nose. And when foreign particles or a cold air irritate these membranes, we sneeze to avoid them. तो छींके वगैरह आपको जब आती हैं, जब डस्ट पार्टिकल्स आपके ट्रैप हो जाते हैं नोज में या नेजल कैविटी में, तो उस डस्ट पार्टिकल को बाहर निकालने के लिए ये बॉडी का तरीका होता है छींक कर. Now there's an activity. Take a measuring tape and circle it around the chest and measure the chest size. And now take a breath and measure the chest size. Now release the breath and measure the chest size again. Observation, you will find increase in chest size during inhalation and decrease in chest size during exhalation. Now take an air pump or empty syringe and fill it with air. Pump the air out from the syringe on a glass surface at the back of your palm. Release air from nose and mouth on the glass surface and on the palm. Observation, the air released from the mouth and nose feels warmer than that released by the syringe. The air released from the body leaves the tiny water droplets or mists on the glass surface also. तो जब आप चेस्ट का साइज मेजरिंग टेप से करोगे, नॉर्मल में आपका अलग आएगा, और ब्रीद इन और ब्रीद आउट के टाइम पे, दोनों के टाइम पे आपका साइजेस डिफरेंशिएट होंगे. ब्रीद इन के टाइम पे साइज ज़्यादा होगा, ब्रीद आउट के टाइम पे चेस्ट साइज कम हो जाएगा. Now let's see what is the mechanism of breathing. Breathing is the body. In the body is accomplished through the following steps. Number one is inhalation. It is the process of taking in oxygen from the external environment into the body through nostrils. The chest cavity increases in size and ribs move upwards and outward in addition to diaphragm, which descends down. Air from surrounding enters the lung. In the alveoli, exchange of gases takes place. From the alveoli, oxygen diffuses into blood and is supplied to the tissues. So finally आपके diaphragm वगैरह से होते हुए lungs में जब आपका passage होता है air का, up and outwards होता है when you inhale, और exhale करते हुए आपका diaphragm बिल्कुल relax कर जाता है. Then the blood में आपका oxygen diffuse हो जाता है. Then we have the exhalation. Breathing out carbon dioxide from the nostrils is known as exhalation. The ribs move downward and inward and diaphragm moves upwards. This reduces chest cavity and air is forced out of the lungs. Carbon dioxide from the tissues is carried to the lungs and through alveoli carbon dioxide is expelled out. तो अब आपका exhalation होता है जब आप breathe out करते हो. जो आपका डायफ्राम होता है वो तो अपवर्ड मोशन में आ जाता है, बट आपका जो चेस्ट होगा, फील भी कर सकते हो इसको, वो डाउनवर्ड्स और इनवर्ड्स चला जाता है. Now composition of inhaled and exhaled air. Oxygen, when you inhale it is 21%, when you exhale your air 16% ऑक्सीजन बाहर चला जाता है. कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड इनहेल करते हुए 0.03% आता है, एक्सहेल करते हुए 5%. नाइट्रोजन 78 एंड एक्सहेल करते हुए भी 78. वाटर वेपर इट वेरीज, आप कौन से एनवायरमेंट में इनहेल कर रहे हैं. Now breathing in other animals. Different animals have different mechanisms for breathing. Some of them are discussed below. Number one is amoeba. In amoeba, diffusion is the main process for exchange of gases, that is take up of oxygen and carbon dioxide, remove it. तो amoeba में diffusion के through oxygen और CO2 का exchange होता है. Then comes the earthworm. Skin functions as respiratory organ. It is permeable to gases. Skin is thin, moist and vascular. Earthworms like in the moist soil and exchange of gases takes place through the skin. तो earthworms की skin बहुत moist होती है और उसी के through वो exchange करते हैं gases को. Then we have insects. Insects have a system of tubes called the trachea. Tracheae communicate with the outside through small holes called spiracles, and spiracles are found in each of the insect's body. फिर आते हैं आपके insects पे. Insects में भी depend करता है, उनके पास भी tracheae होते हैं, and through that the exchange of gases takes place. And then we have the fishes. In fishes, gaseous exchange takes place through gills, which are covered by an operculum, and the water enters through the mouth, passes through the gills, and comes out through the operculum. The water gives oxygen to tissues and in return takes carbon dioxide from the tissues. अब similarly आपके fishes आते हैं which is aquatic, तो इनके पास gills होती हैं, and gills के through ही oxygen का take place करते हैं. And then we have the frog. Again, इनकी भी skin moist होती है. Frogs have dual mode of breathing. They have thin permeable skin and lungs. On land they respire through lungs, while in water they respire through skin by the diffusion of oxygen. तो dual respiration होता है आपका, या dual breathing होती है frogs की. Land पे होते हैं तो lungs के through, पानी में होते हैं तो skin के through. Then we have birds. Birds breathe with the help of the lungs present in the chest cavity. They also have air-filled sacs near the lungs, and these sacs make their body light to fly and also aids in respiration. तो birds भी normal अपनी lungs के through ही breathe in करती हैं and oxygen लेती हैं. Now there's a factopedia. Our breath slows down and becomes shallow. This results in bringing of less oxygen in our lung, and consequently we yawn. Yawning brings extra oxygen into our lungs. It happens when carbon dioxide increases in our lungs. When we yawn, we take an extra amount of oxygen and expel extra carbon dioxide. तो lungs में जब oxygen कम हो जाता है, CO2 की मात्रा बढ़ जाती है, तब हमको yawning आती है. ऐसे आप करते हो, that is yawning. Now think yourself, and these questions you have to answer on your own, and you have to do it because it is really important from exam point of view. Now there's a difference between respiration and photosynthesis. Respiration, it is a continuous process which occurs all the time. During respiration, food breaks down into simpler substances. It releases energy for carrying out various activities. During this process, oxygen is used up and carbon dioxide is produced. The dry weight of the plant decreases. It occurs in all the living organisms. अब आते हैं respiration पे. Respiration आपका ongoing process है. It doesn't stop. And then photosynthesis. It occurs only in the daytime in the presence of the sunlight. During photosynthesis, food is synthesized from simpler substances. It stores energy in the form of glucose. During this process, carbon dioxide is used up and oxygen is produced. The dry weight of the plant increases. It occurs only in green plants. अब photosynthesis डे टाइम में होता है जब सनलाइट प्रेजेंट होती है, और सिर्फ ग्रीन प्लांट्स में ही ये होता है. Now there's a glimpse of chapter respiration. It is the fundamental process of energy released in our body. External respiration, it is also called breathing. It is the process by which an organism takes oxygen and gives out carbon dioxide. Internal respiration is the uptake of oxygen inside the cell along with oxidation of food, liberation of energy and removal of carbon dioxide. Aerobic respiration, respiration in the presence of oxygen. Anaerobic respiration, respiration in the absence of oxygen. Then lenticles, tiny opening in the old stems of woody plant. Then stomata, tiny aperture on the surface of leaves which helps in the exchange of gases. Tracheae, when pipe through which air enters into the lungs. Then comes the pleura, covering membrane of lungs. Then glottis, an opening between pharynx and tracheae. Alveoli, sac-like structure formed by division of bronchioles. Inhalation, process of intake of oxygen from the atmosphere. Exhalation, process of removal of carbon dioxide from the lungs. Tracheal system, network of tubes in an insect's body for circulating gases. And lastly, the gills, respiratory organs in aquatic animals like fishes. And then we have the summary of the chapter. Respiration is the process in which food is oxidized to release energy. Respiration consists of breathing, which involves the intake of oxygen, exchange of respiratory gases at tissues and cellular level, in which oxidation of glucose releases energy and carbon dioxide. Respiration in the presence of oxygen is aerobic respiration. Respiration in the absence of oxygen is anaerobic respiration. It is used in wine, beer, bread manufacturing industries. Breathing consists of inhalation of oxygen and exhalation of carbon dioxide. Physical activity increases the breathing rate. Respiratory system in the set of various organs to carry out respiration. Human respiratory system includes nostrils, nasal cavities, trachea, bronchi, bronchiole and alveolar sac. Lungs are covered with pleura. In breathing, the diaphragm and muscles attached to ribs and increase and decrease the size of the chest cavity. Roots breathe through root hairs, stems through lenticles and leaves through stomata. Amoeba and earthworms respire by diffusion of gases through their skin. Fishes have gills to breathe and insects breathe through a special network of tubes. Frogs can respire by diffusion as well as through lungs, and birds respire through lungs. So this entire chapter actually dealt with the respiration and difference between respiration, breathing and photosynthesis, and how does exactly respiration takes place in different forms of organisms. With this, we're done with this chapter. Please go through the entire chapter once again properly. It is really very important from exam point of view, and the exercise questions, please do it yourselves.